Hello teachers, how are you? I'm QASSERRAS, the international trainer. Today I would like to answer the question, how do you structure a function lesson? There are different frameworks that we can use to teach functions, and here I would like to focus again on the PPP framework. I mean presentation, practice, and production. So let's see here. Look here. The function lesson is structured this way. We have the warmer, which means you start with a warm-up activity, then presentation, you present the structure, the function, asking for advice, giving advice, asking for opinion, giving opinion, apologizing, complaining, etc. And then we move to practice some exercises, and at the end is the production, because students are going to produce the language. So let's focus on number one. So look here, this is warmer. It's a great idea to start with a warm-up activity, but for me, the warm-up activity should match the topic. I give you an example. I would like to teach, advice. Asking for and giving advice. Before I present the structure, I should start with a fun activity or with a warm activity. For example, miming. I'm gonna do like this. I have a problem here. Okay, what is this? Or look here. Okay. So this is a warm-up. I'm going to show them my body language, what is the problem, and they have to guess about what's the problem exactly. Okay. Another warm-up activity is miming. Okay, I'm gonna mime like this. Look here. So what is this? And they have to answer. And there are different warm-up activities. But remember, one of the best ways, there must be a match between the warm-up activity and the lesson about the function. Next, we move to presentation. The presentation here, one of the best ways is to create context. So create context. What do by contextualization is you put the structure in a text or in a paragraph or in a story or in a conversation. Again, the topic is about giving advice, asking for advice and giving advice. I can start with a conversation, and students should read the conversation and answer 1-2 questions. These 2 questions, we call them lead-in questions. I'm gonna write it here. Lead-in questions. For example, the conversation is about what's the problem, and then they are going to read the conversation. Then, how does Bob feel? What's the problem with Bob? So the 2 questions will lead students to the main topic, which is advice. Okay. We can also use pictures. We call them VA or visual aids to help our learners. We can also activate student schemata. For example, when you have a problem, what do you do? Where do you go? How do you feel? Okay, etc. And if there are some difficult words, we can teach them in the beginning, in the presentation stage. What do we call this? Pre-teach vocab. For example, we have advice and advise. So here we can teach, this is a verb, to, and this is a noun. So let me write here V, and this is a noun. So advise, advise. And we can also teach pronunciation and stress. Great. So once we finish the presentation stage, we move to practice. It's like grammar, okay? The practice here, we can start with guided. Guided or controlled or restricted. We can give them a matching exercise or gap filling exercise, or choose the best answer, etc. Because here students still need some help from their teachers. After that, this is the main stage for students. We call it the production or the free practice. And one of the best ways is to ask and answer or to play roles. So role play. or discussions or debates, etc. Because here students are going to write, they are going to speak, they are going to listen, but the most important here, they are going to use their own language. Now, as I told you in the beginning, there are different frameworks, but this is one of the best, the PPP model, the presentation, the practice, and the production. But before we start here, it's good to have a warm-up activity for your learners. But don't forget that we should teach all these things communicatively. There must be an interaction, there must be communication, and you have to vary the materials, the task, the roles of the teachers, and then you move from fluency to accuracy and from accuracy to fluency. Okay, thank you.